The death of Foggy Nelson was pointless and dumb, and today I'm going to tell you why. But before I actually get into the death itself and why it's dumb, the first thing I have to establish is who Foggy Nelson is as a character and what he represents to the story. Foggy Nelson is by far the heart of the Daredevil Netflix series. On the surface, it may seem like Karen is the glue holding everything together and thus the heart of the show, but that just simply isn't true. It is Foggy Nelson. He is the person that ties everything together in Matt's life. He is his partner in the legal field, tying Matt to his dreams to be a good lawyer, and his ideals that justice can prevail over all, while also being Matt's best friend. Someone that Matt himself draws a lot of joy from, and at his lowest moment in the series, it'll be Foggy that actually keeps him afloat. Foggy is also the first truly close person in Matt's life to discover his identity. But beyond just being a vessel for Matt's development, Foggy is his own character, with his own plot points, motivations, and individual arc. So to make a long story short, he is very important to the story of Daredevil. Now, as we all know, Foggy apparently died when Bullseye shoots him in the heart. Which brings me to my first issue regarding this death. How on earth is Bullseye out and able to achieve this feat? At the end of Daredevil Season 3, Bullseye is taken into custody with a broken back. Sure, he gets some miracle surgery done, but he's still under the watch of the NYPD. He's still a criminal that they have in custody. So how is he just miraculously walking the streets freely? There is absolutely no way that he would just get off scot-free and be able to walk, and beyond that, if somehow he fought his way out, Matt and Daredevil would know and would be making a point to hunt him down. The fact that Bullseye is able to blindside our group of companions at all is just a whole load of BS. Logistically speaking, his death just doesn't make any sense in universe. But moving on, there is a term that describes the type of death that Foggy Nelson receives. It is called fridging, and fridging typically happens to women, but it can happen to men as well. And it basically means that a character that is close to the main character is brutally unalive in order to push the development of the main character. It's a very cheap way to force development and tension onto your MC. And Foggy Nelson, the heart of the Daredevil Netflix show, was fridged within the first 5 minutes. And to somehow make matters even worse, because Matt doesn't actually succeed in killing Bullseye, the ramifications of Foggy Nelson's untimely death aren't even pushed to the full extent. And then, to make matters worse, the creators have the audacity to give us a 1-year time jump immediately following. All of the great development that Matt, Karen, and other people involved in Foggy Nelson's life possibly could have had because of his death gets skipped over. And then, like rotten poetry, the show has the audacity to tell us that Matt now has a new partner in his legal work named McDuffie. Rest in peace, Nelson and Murdoch. And what makes this whole fiasco even crazier is even after the episode has been released and Foggy Nelson has been fridged, the creators are now going back on their decision and telling the audience that Foggy Nelson will be back in Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. So this death was so horribly handled that the actual people creating the product decided to go back on it. Now there is another episode airing tonight, so maybe there is a chance this death and its ramifications will get a little better, but if I'm being honest, I unfortunately think it's already too little too late. Rest in peace, Foggy Nelson. You will be missed.